morning. This is the exacttrades.com movers report for August 2nd, 2011. We're taking a look at the S&P 500 here pre-market. You can see that we're getting some selling off here. Looks like we might open down below support of this 127.50 area, which was previous session's low right in here. Let's take a look at the daily chart. So we're looking possibly an open below this area, 127.30. So I'm going to look for possibly some selling down into 126.65 area, maybe even 126.20. Look for support there and a good bounce. See if we can get the bounce off support. If it's a weak bounce and we fail that, we could get more selling and a bigger drop. But look for these two areas of support as a possible bottom if we get selling at the open. We're having a gap down, so we could possibly move up into that gap. It could be a bullish day with that, so also watch for that to happen as well. And just stay flexible and try to stay balanced with your positions. Let's go ahead and look at today's trades. First we have SM Energy. It's SM. You can see here we're going to open at about 83. Let's take a look at the daily chart. So we're going to gap up above this resistance level. I'm actually going to look to take this long possibly. You might get a pullback back into this 81 area, but I want to take it long over 83. So see if we get a move up on the open that's strong with high volume, and then go long. Start with a small position, look for a pullback of a higher low, and then add to your position and see if it can trend up. First profit target is going to be around 1%, and then keep your trade open. We could get into 86, possibly 87 area from up here. So just look on the long side of this. Again, we could get a pullback into the 81 area. So really it's going to depend on how it acts at the open. Next we have Molina Healthcare. It's MOH. You can see here we're going to open probably around 2360 area. We got some resistance right in here. Let's take a look at the daily. So we're looking to open right up around this resistance. I would take this long over 2375. First profit target is going to be around 24 right in here, and then leave some open to see if you can get up into 2440 area, 2450. So I'm going to be looking long for this trade. It's sold off down from 28 into 22 area. So looking for a correction up into 2440 to 2450. Next we have IPG Photonics Corp, IPGP. Looking to open around 6450. Let's take a look at the daily chart. Going to open right up in here. Really it's looking to reverse this trend. So break trend, reversal gap. Look to take this long. It doesn't really depend on where it opens. I'm just looking for strong buying off the open. So it could be at 64 or it could be at 64.50. Anywhere in this area here, I'm going to look to take it long on a move up with strong volume. Again, start small, maybe half or a third of a position, and then look to add to it on a pullback of a higher low. First profit target is going to be right around that 1% mark. Move up your stop, manage the position, and then leave half of it to see if you can move up into the 66, possibly 67 area as profit targets on this. Next we have Metro PCS Communications. It's PCS. See here we're going to open above 13 probably, maybe even 1350. Let's take a look at the daily chart. So pretty large gap down. I'm going to look for this to fill back into this gap. So we're going to look to take this long. Watch this on the open. If it moves up with strong volume, has a swift move, go ahead and take part of it and then look to add to it on pullbacks. We're going to look to fade into this gap long. First profit target is going to be around 15 to 20 cents from your entry, and then leave part of your position open as it moves up. It could get it back up into the 15 area by the end of the day. It just depends on what kind of day we have in the market too, so keep your eye on that. If the market's weak, this could struggle a little bit more. So just be cautious of that. Also watch for that fail. We could get a sell-off at the open, but set your alert from the open and then see if it'll come back through and penetrate the open. Then you can take it long later in the morning. Next we have Texas Roadhouse Inc., TXRH. You can see here we're going to open around this $15 area. Let's take a look at the daily chart. So we're actually gapping down below all the support here. I'm going to look to take this short. This could possibly bounce higher, but I'm not going to take it on the long because depending on where it opens, you're going to run into some resistance from back here in May and then also through mid-June right in here. So not enough money for me for the trade long, especially if it opens, 1525 to 1540 area. I'm really going to be looking for the short side. So look for this to break a new low of the day, take it short. First profit target on this is going to be about 20 to 25 cents. Move down your stop and then see if you can get it to come down, into the next whole dollar number. So possibly 14.50 or even 14. Next we have General Cable, BGC. You can see here we're going to open around 37.50. Let's take a look at the daily. So we're going to open right in here. The thing that I notice is that we're still not all the way down to the low support here around 35.80 area. So I'm going to be looking to the short side on this. Look to short this with weakness on the open. It could have a little bit of a bounce and then look for it to turn back over, break the low of the day, and then you can take it short at that time. Profit target's going to be around 40 cents on your first target. Move down your stop and then see if it can come down into this 35.80 area, maybe even 36. 36 might show some support. So that's an idea of taking some profit, leaving part of it, and see if it can test these lows. If it breaks this 35.75, it could come down into 35. I don't really see a move except for maybe 5 days ago where it came down and made that big of a move. Came from 43.35 down into 40. So it can make a pretty good move on the downside here. Maybe come into support or break below it. Next we have IIVI. See here we're going to open around 22. Let's take a look at the daily. So we're opening just about the low below this last support here from April. So we have some support here, we're breaking below. I'm going to look to take this short with weakness on the open. First profit target's going to be around 25 cents. Move down your stop and then see if you can get another 25 to 50 cents. Might come down into this 21, possibly break down below 21. So looking for the short side on this. Next we have Rio Tinto, it's RIO. You can see here we're going to open around the 68 to 67.50 area, right in this range. Let's take a look at the daily chart. So we're gapping down below the support. We're kind of halfway between this and the next solid support area, which would be around 66 to 65.50 area. So I'm going to look to take this short with weakness on the open. Short it on the new low of the day. Start small. Add your position as it trends down. First profit target for this is going to be around 75 cents. Move your stop on the rest. See if you can come down into this 66 area. That's probably going to show strong support at the earliest. You might get some support here at 67, then 66. You can see a lot of different lows here between 67 and 66. Next we have Frontline, that's FRO. You can see here we're going to open at around 10.50. You see what we had here yesterday. Day before was pretty weak. You can look back here. We're looking for another continuation day down on the move on this. Take a look at the daily. So we're gapping below support. You can see the overall trend of this stock. Doesn't look very strong. Kind of see a pattern here. Support's going to be at $10. Should be some good support at 10. So, but still, if you take this short below 10.50 or whatever the open's going to be, 10.45, look for to sell off into new low, take it short. You could still see a good 3% to 4% out of this depending on where you enter, but watch 10 for support. Take some profit around 15 to 20 cents, adjust your stop, come down into this 10 area and then see if it can break 10. Probably not going to make much of a move below 10. You can see here kind of the size of the moves it makes, 16.27 to 15, maybe a point and a half. So below 10, maybe 9.50 is kind of best case scenario, but really watch it around the 10 price. Next we have MT. You can see here that we're going to open around 29.39, 29.40 area. Let's take a look at the daily chart. So we're gapping down below the support level here. Going to look to take this short. Let me shrink this down so you guys can see. Got this trend line here. So you see this down trend line. We're going to open below that and break this trend line. I'm actually going to look to take this short, but profit target's going to be around 30 cents to 35 cents. I'm going to stay pretty tight on it. I'm not sure how much further it's going to come down. Possibly 29. Look for a break below 29 and then stay tight on it. Could get a bounce and a move back up into this open or move into the gap. So just watch it. I still think there's good money to the short side. Just be alert with your stop and take early profit on this. So those are the trades for today. Good luck to everyone, and we'll see you back here tomorrow.